Power Creep!
Hi, friends! Welcome to the Power Creep podcast. This episode goes out to all of Power Creep's subscribers. We're able to do this thanks to you all and your support. So, without further ado, let's get started. To give you an idea of what this podcast is about, this is going to be a space where we cover gaming and really anything we can nerd out about because we're all just massive nerds here. But who are these nerds talking, you may ask? Well, we're going to go around and do some introductions. We'll go ahead and start with Jorge. Friend, if you want to go ahead and intro yourself, and for everyone, as a fun icebreaker, if you want to share in your intro, what is your favorite video game or video game series of all time? And what about it that stands out to you?
All right. My name is Jorge Valdespino. And thank you guys so much for being here with our first podcast. I'm really excited to get this going. My favorite video game, actually, I'll start off with that, was actually my first video game I've ever played. And it's Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I love that game so much. I remember getting it. It was literally on the release month back. I want to say it was like 2002 in October. I had been playing my friend's GameCube that he lived downstairs of me when I lived in an apartment in Louisville. And I would always play his GameCube. And I really wanted a PlayStation 2. And my dad took me to Sears. He took me to Sears of all places. It's so weird to think about. But he took me to Sears and we actually went there, and there was a few games there. And I remember I just watched Treasure Planet. And so when my dad was getting me a PS2, the desk clerk or whatever the guy is, he was like, all right, so which game do you want? And so I was looking at Treasure Planet. I was like, I want to get that game because I've never, I don't know any of these other games. I've never played a video game in my life. So I was like, okay, I want Treasure Planet. But then I was like, wait, right next to Treasure Planet was Sly Cooper. So then I was like, wait a minute, this game looks cool because the cover of Sly Cooper looks sick. So then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I want this game. I want Sly Cooper. And then I remember right when I got home, I set up my PS2. I didn't buy a memory card. So
Oh, no.
So like, I remember I had to play that game over and over again from the start. But I got home. I started playing Sly Cooper. And my first memory of that game was I had to sneak around this little, this little like water thing. I forgot what those things are called. But I jump on top of it and it's telling me to press and hold the circle button so I can sneak around it. But I just kept tapping the circle button and then they kept falling off. So I was so confused. I remember I was struggling with this. So then I was like, dang it. I remember I even got my dad to come over to help me with this because I did not know what to do. So I remember I was just like so frustrated. I just pressed and hold the circle button and I started walking and he started doing it. I was like, and then right there, I just got instantly hooked. I remember going down the little ventilator shaft and there's all these little alarm systems. And then I first met Carmelita Fox and everything. Ooh. And then everything there just goes, and it's just like a core memory of mine. So, I play that game every year. It's like a yearly tradition of mine playing it every year. I'm more or less emulate it now instead of playing it on my PS3 because I like the way it looks more on the computer through emulator. But I have it platinum when it got re-released. I platinum it, and it's just been such a good game. I really hope they come back out with it again because it's been forever and it's stuck on the PS3 and it sucks. But yeah, that's literally my all-time video game series, and that game will forever be a classic to me. I don't care what anyone says. That game will always, always, always be a classic.
I love that, Jorge. I have also been waiting years for them to continue and bring out the next like Cooper game. We're still waiting. We are still waiting. It is such a good classic game though. Oh my gosh, so many childhood memories with that.
I feel like they're gonna remake it. I feel like they're gonna remake the trilogy before they come out. Well, I guess there's 4 now, right? There's 4 games.
Yes, 4 games.
So they'd have to remake 4 games. They wouldn't do that.
Cavin, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and your favorite?
Hello, everyone. Yeah. My name's Cavin. My favorite video game series is actually the Uncharted series. Mostly because they're fucking cool. But I think I really appreciate how cinematic they are. My first, kind of like Jorge, I had grown up gaming with other people's consoles and always was like, wow, I cannot wait till I can have one of these for myself. And so I didn't really have a console. I had a PS2, but it had no games other than like a motocross demo. So it was like whatever. I didn't really play it. I used the PS2 mostly for movies. So I didn't game on that one. And then when I got an Xbox 360, it was the arcade version. So I only had Skyrim, and I could only play, like, I'd have to resave, or I had to like overwrite one save every time, and I thought that was normal. I didn't realize you could save every 1 second of Skyrim and go back for 1 trillion seconds and have all your saves there. I thought it was totally normal. I could only have one save on Skyrim and had to completely restart if I wanted a new character at all. And so that wasn't really fun for me. And so the first console I ever bought for myself was a PS3. And I got Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 with it because it was like near the end of the cycle. PS4 was like about to come out like half a year later. So I bought them and then just crushed them. And it was like the first time I ever really finished a game and enjoyed it. And so, yeah, the Uncharted series just was such a fun ride. That really took me through it. And fun fact, I have yet to even open Uncharted 4. Never touched it.
Oh,
unfortunately, yeah.
Dude.
I know.
Oh my god, it's so
sad.
Good.
Dude,
what?
Everybody has played it. It's crazy. I've played the first 3. The problem I had is this. I got in this cycle where I loved the first 3, and I played them in high school. Mm-hmm. And it took forever for the 4th one to come out. The 4th one came out while I was in college, and I just did not have the time to play it. So I bought it, never opened it. And just sat around forever. And by the time I had time to play it, it was like, well, 6 or 7 years have gone by since I played the first 3. So I should just do a playthrough again. And I did that. And I actually did a playthrough again in college to try and get myself geared up to play the 4th game. But I did the playthrough, and I only got like halfway through the first game and then stopped. So I didn't go very far. Second time, I tried again. I do the first game again. I make it all the way to the second game. I make it near the end of the second game, and I just didn't finish it. I just stopped. So that's where I am. I've been there for like 5 years. It's like chapter 20 or something out of 24 in Uncharted 2.
Wow.
And now there's like 7 Uncharted games and 3 spin-offs. I played Golden Abyss on the PS Vita.
Wow, you played that, but not 4?
Oh my god!
I know, yeah, I know. Real fans only over here.
Well, whenever you play through it, you gotta let us know and see if you could stream it for us so we can watch you and your reaction.
Dude, by the time I play, it's gonna have a remake out. Like, it's just gonna be like that.
You know what?
It already is. It already has one. They already re-released it.
4 does?
Oh,
they already re-released it on the PS5. I actually played it. It's amazing.
Oh.
It has 120 FPS support, everything like that.
Wow. Wait.
Yeah. And it's on the PC too.
120?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's isn't it on
nice.
sale right now? On the
it is. It's only $30.
Yeah. It's on sale. Go grab it.
Summer of Games. So I already own it.
Yes.
I just put it in my PS5.
Oh, perfect. You can play.
I got it on disc. I literally only unwrapped it a couple years ago.
It's so good.
There you go.
It is so good.
It's so funny seeing my like Sony like library. Because like it is not actually a reflection of my actual physical library because I just have not put every like physical PS4 game that I have into it. Because I've amassed such a massive collection. Like my PS4, it like goes back, but like I don't really feel like playing Battlefront 2 right now. So my PS5 has no idea that I own Battlefront 2.
Wait,
never
you never played it?
Not my PS5.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
played on my PS4, but not my PS5.
Dion, you want to go
Hello.
ahead now?
Sure. Hello, I'm Dion Crafty. My favorite game series is the most beloved Kingdom Hearts. I would say, let me see. My favorite Kingdom Hearts though. It gotta be two. Two is
Why
the
does it
best.
stand out to you?
Two?
Mm-hmm.
The combat, the crispy combat of Kingdom Hearts 2. You just can't
Crispy.
beat it.
It was really ahead of its time.
It is. It's
Truly.
just so snappy and smooth.
Like even now, like games feel like they're finally getting to where Kingdom Hearts 2 was in 2002.
Honestly, 3's pretty good too. You can't hate on
It
3.
is. Yeah, I
Three-
will
three
say. I
stepped it
feel
up.
like, yeah, I feel like there were times though where I feel like 3 was a lot in certain things, but it just like it still felt so good, and it was also crispy and smooth. It was so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Nehad, do you want to intro yourself too, friend?
Hey guys, my name's Nehad. I like too many games to pick a favorite. I have too
Yeah,
many
pick one.
games. So I'm just
No,
gonna break them
I
down.
can pick one for you if you want.
I have
Okay,
been
go ahead.
waiting.
Do it.
Okay, let me just say first, I have been waiting to hear what Nehad's favorite game. Like, Nehad's my best friend, but I do not know what his favorite game is because he just plays everything. I thought you had a favorite, and I was like in suspense.
Four
waiting to
words.
hear- Oh, what is
Four
it?
words. I got four words for you.
Oh, he's
Wait, oh my
Metal
god.
Gear Solid. Revengeance or something like that.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna suck your dick a little bit.
Bro,
Yeah.
yes. No, he put me on that
Is
too.
that four?
Metal Gear Rising
Metal Gear,
Revengeance.
yeah, he put me
Metal
on
Gear
that.
I
Rising.
knew it was
Revengeance.
MGS. I didn't know it was that one.
Metal
though.
Gear.
No, that game is
That's
so
solid.
fire.
It's like the only
Everything
weird
from the
spin-off. Huh.
soundtrack to the combat to the dumb freaking cutscenes.
Dude, I literally
everything
just
is
want to
so
play through the
cool.
Metal Gear Solid games just to play Metal Gear Rising with the context of Raiden's backstory.
You know what
it.
really
That's the only
sucks
reason why.
about it is that the game has made a resurgence recently, like in popularity for I think just because of dumb memes, but it's like
The
that
Snyder
game
memes.
actually is like it's so good. It has a fun story. It has fun villains that shows up like literally at the end, and he says "Make America Great Again," like fucking. How many years before
No,
Trump?
like,
came
okay.
he's a Metal
That's the
Gear
thing about
fan too.
Kojima. That's the thing about Kojima that I feel is crazy because that's like what happened with Death Stranding is a lot of people didn't really get it and thought they were making fun of it because they thought it was weird. And they were like, oh, like look how wacky this thing is, as if it didn't know that itself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the thing with all the Metal Gear memes that come out. They're like, what is this? Like, is this like a fake dub? Like, what is this crazy like thing they're saying? Like, this a half robot guy with a sword? What is
Yeah.
going on? Like the dubs the like social media meme people don't understand that it's supposed to be like over the top ridiculous. And I feel like that happens a lot of the time with Kojima games in particular, where like things would be taken way out of context by people thinking they're roasting on him for making something weird, and it's like, nah, bro, you just don't
Nah,
get it.
Kojima's a beast, bro. Like the
Yeah.
ending of
He's a beast.
MGS2. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'll just say that.
please don't.
No, I'll just say the ending is more relevant today than it ever has been. Like it literally predicted the future.
I gotta play
And
'em.
also, I think they're releasing all of them
I
on
gotta
Steam.
stream them. Yeah. Stop
He's
that.
just foreshadowing reality, really.
No,
like
like
I have this whole
actually,
PS3
though.
set up for streaming where I can stream PS3 games. I literally have it, literally just so I can play Metal Gear Solid 4 because that's the only game. This is like the only game in existence that you can only play on only a PS3. There's like no other game that's like that matters anyway, I guess.
yeah.
But that's gotta change soon. And it's like it's only special for so long that I can play this MGS4 on my PS3 before they gotta release it on Steam. Like it's crazy.
I still do wanna. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Deep cut lore about Metal Gear Solid. I don't remember if it's Metal Gear Solid 3 or 4. But for the releases that are coming out, there is a scene that uses live action footage from like the Vietnam War or something. But but they did not renew their license to reuse that for the release, so it's just not in it. So that's something that is in the original. If you physically have the disc, you have that scene. And if you get whatever is going to come out on PC, you're going to not have that plus whatever other things. They're just going to be replaced by something, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know. I can't. I haven't seen it because I haven't played it on PC yet. But I do know it's going to have to be different because they did not renew those licenses to use that war footage.
Wow.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Nehad?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that like I still want to bring up like the other games that I really enjoyed. Like on PS2 is like the original Battlefront 2004. You know, Maximo 2. That's a great game. That's a deep cut.
Mhm.
You know, PS3 of course. Metal Gear Rising. You know, that's a GOAT game.
I gotta find that on PS3. I have it on PC, but I just kind of want to have all the Metal Gear games on PS3 for some reason.
It's a good collection to have.
Then Nier Automata on PS4.
I just got that. It was on sale.
You need to play that and stream that for us.
I'm playing it first.
I got you, bestie.
I'm playing it first.
No,
I'm playing and streaming it first.
Whoever plays it is gonna cry.
I need to play. It has a female protagonist.
I know, but
you look just like her too.
Lana, are you playing through games with female protagonists? Is that like your? No, are you playing through games with female protagonists? Is that like your goal?
If it has
that's kind of sick.
If the video game has a female protagonist, I will immediately be like, I need to play this. Like,
oh, okay.
I grew up.
No, I think that'd be cool if you did that. If you streamed yourself playing games with female protagonists, and you just kind of like that was your theme. You did that as a theme for a little while.
Yes, I am right now. In terms of like non-competitive, like storyline games, I guess non-competitive ones that aren't Valorant or stuff that I'm streaming right now. Like I'm playing through Mass Effect right now, and I love that you can like choose the gender of like whatever main character you're playing, and that like to me I was like, yes, I can be a woman. So glad. And also, last but not least, who is this gal that's been talking this whole time and hasn't mentioned her name? Hi, I'm Lana.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah, who is that?
Know, finally. It's me. Hey, I'm Lana. Nice to meet you all. But yeah, I just like love video games with female protagonists, and I feel like especially the past couple years, whenever I've been like watching or seeing specific like video game conferences that have been happening with like video game releases and whatnot, they would like announce a video game coming out with a female protagonist, and I would get so hyped and excited over that because I didn't see that necessarily growing up. Like for me, so my favorite video game is the same as Dion's. We bond over this so much, but I love Kingdom Hearts, and the second one I agree is probably the best. I mean, not just like the combat, but for me, it was also like the storyline, the music. Oh my god, the music is so good.
The music's insane. It goes so hard for no reason.
No, truly.
It's like Disney. You gotta love Disney. To go that hard. The Disney part's so great.
It truly is. It's just so much fun. And it was, I think, like a nice they had like really nice transitions with like who you start off playing and then transitioning into another character and stuff to play. And I remember like wishing that eventually I would get to like play as a female Keyblade wielder or something. And then they did that in Birth by Sleep with Aqua, and yeah, I like, oh my gosh, my heart was so happy with that. I cannot express enough how much I fell in love with like her character, and then also just the fact that I get to play a female character in general. Like seeing that was amazing. But man, I was just so like hooked on Kingdom Hearts. It wasn't so I have a younger brother, and like he was the one that would often at times like be the main person playing the single player games. And I would be the spectator. I would watch at times, and I would like wait for my chance to get to play the game and stuff. But like with Kingdom Hearts, I was okay just watching because it was like the storyline itself and everything was so easy to get hooked on, and it was just like watching a movie or something. It was just so good. And then I remember, I think Dion, it's Kingdom Hearts 2 where there's the like battle with Sephiroth, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
He's in the first two
Whoa,
games.
spoilers.
Well,
Sorry.
well, it's not really like it's nothing in like.
Oh, forget
that
it.
pertains to
Wipe
the
your
main.
brain.
Yeah, wipe your brain. But like, but it's also not like pertinent to the main story, I guess. So it's not really major. But I remember like the battlefields what threw me off and made me scared to play because it was so hard. Me and my brother both took turns to try and beat that battle, and we were struggling so hard. And my dad also came in Jorge.
You got your dad?
My dad like at that point he didn't play any other video games at that point. The only like game he was passionate about playing was this like Air Force game. He'd be like a pilot, like what is it, like flying through the air. It had some missions and stuff. That was
Is
the
it Ace
only
Combat?
Ace Combat. My dad used
Yes.
to play, bro.
Ace Combat
I
is
still have
hard.
it.
Dad's in Ace Combat.
I love
Oh, that
Ace
was
Combat.
awesome.
That was my dad's favorite game. Period.
That's awesome.
Like, and I like thoroughly enjoyed watching him play. He was so passionate about it. But aside from that game, like him seeing us struggle with that, he came and was like, "Give me the remote. I got this." And then he would struggle, and I felt so bad. I was like, "My poor dad. Bless your pure sweet heart. I love you so much for trying your best to help support your kids in this journey in battle. But it's okay. None of us are gonna get through it." Oh my! But it was a bonding experience for all of us, so it was still great. But yeah, oh my god, I just love Kingdom Hearts so much, and it's just it's so much story.
It's
like,
crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I feel
Totally.
like.
Yo,
It's just so much.
Go ahead, Lana.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like if there are people that are trying to get into it now, I wish them luck on that journey. Because like for us, like we grew up on that, so it's like easier to be able to understand and catch up with everything because like we started the journey when it started, you know. But there
Yeah,
are
like,
people
you guys
that,
are like the target demographic.
yeah,
Grew up with it.
exactly. But then like there are people.
You had it on PS2, which is crazy.
Yes.
I only played it on PS3. Like
Wait,
the PS3
really?
re-releases. Mhm. First time I ever played it was on PS3.
I never played
No
it. Period.
way.
Yeah. I never.
Oh,
Well, I like because
so
PS2
good.
was. I didn't do anything with my PS2. I like it was a Blu-ray player, dude. I didn't realize it could play games. Like, nobody told me that.
Damn,
I had
that's
no
crazy.
clue that was a thing. Yeah, and my parents bought it because it could play DVDs.
You know,
So it wasn't
first-
until PS3 that I could play it, and I played the re-releases of like.
the
Wow.
first game that I actually played of Kingdom Hearts was the second one.
Oh,
Really?
weird. Interesting.
Because the first game I saw the first game in a Kmart. It was like a little magazine, right?
Throwback to Kmart.
Yeah.
I
for
told my
real.
dad, I'm like, "Dad, can I please get this?" He's like, "Nah, you can't get it right now, man." I'm like, "Dang!" So I had to wait. I don't know when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, but I think it was like 7 or 8. And
Yeah.
I saw it again on the TV. I was like, "Oh my god, this is
Was
game
it like
again!"
2004?
Have to get it
And I
again.
begged my dad, and he got it for my
It was
birthday.
2002 or 2003.
2000.
It was somewhere around there.
The first one's 2002, maybe then. Maybe it is 2004.
It was released. 2005. Wow, I was close.
Wow.
Wow.
So we
Damn,
were
that's-
8.
That's
yeah.
close to the PS3 though.
I was 9.
Well, what's crazy about that being close to the PS3, because the PS3 coming out like 2006 and like really fully in like 2007 or whatever, is that like the Kingdom Hearts games didn't come out on PS3 till like 2013 or 2012.
Yeah, they did.
Like
they
weren't
also
released
like
in a bundle until then, because the
Mhm.
shit went over to Nintendo for some reason.
yes, exactly. Which was like so
Like, it's
confusing
the
to me.
craziest journey.
They swapped to like every system.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts had the craziest journey for
No,
no
I-
reason.
Yeah, I like at that point when they were switching over to Nintendo because I didn't necessarily like either have the consoles or was able to like get the game and stuff. I just went on YouTube and just like watched gameplays
Yeah.
or cutscenes, so I was able to like catch up with the story. Because to me, that was like the most important part for me. It's just
Definitely
like
is.
catching up with everybody's journeys because I got so invested in it.
Dude,
At
this
that
I
point.
will say, I am a fan of the releases that they put on PC and stuff, like these remasters.
Yes.
But it's
Mhm.
really annoying to me that you can't play 358 over 2 days. That's just one of the games you have to watch
Oh my
cutscenes.
gosh,
I love that game.
yes. That was such a good game.
It's such a good
too.
game.
And it's like, oh my god, that's also probably
What's the other game you can't play? You can play all of them other than can you play?
You can't. I mean, there's just cutscenes for the
There's-
mobile game.
358 and Recoded.
358, you can
I believe.
only watch the cutscenes. Recoded,
I think it's
whatever.
Recoded, yeah.
Recoded. Yeah.
You don't need to
Recoded.
play- like,
358
it's
had
just
voice
like
cracks
crazy
too,
that
man.
358 that you
358
can't play through that game yourself is nuts, and they
That
just don't
game, I
release
think,
it
has. Yeah, I
or
think that game
remaster
has
it
the
in a
most.
way.
I think that game has like the
It
most.
means so much. Like it actually is so important to the story, and all you can
Yes.
do is watch the shitty DS cutscenes of it.
Mhm.
That's stupid. That makes
I
no sense.
know.
But Chain of Memories gets a whole ass PS2 release of a GameCube or Game Boy game.
I know that was the thing that was weird to me. Like, why is this getting a re-release? Which like was
Kingdom
also
Hearts is
like,
it's
not the
literally just a
most
bizarre.
fun
It's just a
flavor.
bizarre game series.
Yeah.
It's just the most bizarre thing ever.
True.
No other game series has gone through anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like those
It's
That's
very
why
relaxing.
it's such an emotional journey for us as fans.
Like we haven't even touched on the 3 different mobile phone games that are kind of connected but not really
but not and like
from different eras
yes, so you can't
that you can't
them
even play.
anymore.
You can't even play them anymore because they took them off the App Store. So you
Exactly.
literally have to pirate it and sideload
Yeah.
that.
Pirate
onto
it,
your
look it
Android
up on
phone.
YouTube or something.
Or yeah, just watch an
Yeah.
in-depth. Like that's crazy. That in order to even understand the full in-depth story that's happening here, you
Mhm.
have to watch so many pieces of media and
I
listen
know.
to YouTube channels, probably podcasts on it, just to get
Oh,
the gist of what's
gosh.
going on.
Dion and I
Nuts,
could
don't
probably
even
do a whole
get started.
podcast episode ourselves.
I
Bet
got
you
the
would.
notes ready. I'll get the book.
Hey yo,
Or have
I'll
a
get my
book.
notes ready. I like took notes for like,
Yeah, it's been a minute since
Some of
we've had a
my-
Dandelions night too.
I know. We need
I
to
don't
do
even
that
know what's
again.
going on with the plot.
They're releasing the third phone game. I think next year or sometime.
That's
I am
Hey.
ready.
We got something to look forward to.
I'm ready for any extra
play.
content. Let me
If
just
it's
say,
good, I need
know,
a good
it's a
mobile
lot.
phone game.
Dude, Cavin, it looks like
Mobile phone
Kingdom
gaming
Hearts
is
3.
trash.
I got some
That's cool.
recommendations
Good.
I'll give you
For
afterwards.
good mobile
Gavin.
phones.
Like
Okay, mobile phone
there's
gaming?
yeah. I got some
Nice.
recommendations I'll share. After which that could also be a whole topic at some point we discuss is just like mobile phone gaming.
I should probably tell these people what this podcast is.
I
guess
I
we,
just
like,
I
kinda
did
touched
I
it.
gave a little intro. I said,
Yeah, we haven't
We're just
not
gonna be
talked much
nerding
about
out.
like
but we're kind of like naturally going into like what specific topic we're trying to talk about today, which is like nostalgic
True.
gaming. And
Yeah.
I think we gave a good idea. Like do you all think like the games that you mentioned would those be the games you consider that are most nostalgic for you growing up, or are there any other games that come to mind that you think of that are like super nostalgic for you?
I can tell you the most nostalgic game I have is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1
Yo!
on the PS1.
Oh my
That goes
god!
so
And
hard,
I
man.
still to this day listen to the soundtrack.
Oh
It's
my
so
dude!
good.
Yeah.
Those games, those early
soundtrack is
sports
pure
games.
nostalgia. Yeah.
Fire. I think like for me, Sly Cooper is also like super nostalgic for me. You mentioned that, Jorge, and then also like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Like those games. Actually, my dad would also come and play Spyro with my brother and I.
That's cool.
Now that I think about it.
Spyro's cool. Spyro's underrated.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
And Ratchet and
agree.
Clank. Ratchet and Clank is really underrated.
dude.
I have some deep cut
1000%.
memories of Ratchet and Clank. And there's like, is there Ratchet and Clank releases of the first few games? There has to
They
be, right?
I
just
think they
did-
remade the first one.
They remade the first one for the PS4, and they changed up a few story plots from the first
Well,
one that don't really. They didn't really
they
age
made
well.
a new game
Yeah.
for the PS4.
For the PS5 too.
PS5.
It's
sorry,
a
PS5.
brand new game, and I
It's a
think it
brand
kind
new
of
game.
happens
That's not the
after.
first PS2 game.
The first PS2 game is the Ratchet and Clank remake that they did. That was the first PS2 game. They remade it for the PS4.
They did a 1-for-1 remake, or they just made a new game?
That's what I'm saying. Like they did a 1-for-1 remake.
PS4.
Yeah, they did a 1-for-1 remake, but they took off some things that didn't age well with the game. Does that make sense? Like some story plots.
Because I played the one that felt like it literally was the same as the movie that came out at the same time.
Yeah, that's the remake. Yeah,
yeah, because that one's that's a remake. But it's like completely different than the first game. Like the map design and the story, it's like completely different.
Well, kinda, because it's supposed to be a remake of that.
Sure, yeah.
But not a 1-for-1 though. Like
retelling.
Yeah.
It's not the same humor. It is way more for kids.
That's what I'm saying.
I much preferred the original. Like I played it, and it like the unfortunate thing about nostalgia is that like you go back for something that you were nostalgic for, it does not hit the same ever.
No,
like, it just. I mean, sometimes it does, but like it never really does. Like I went back through and played through like the Gen 4 Pokemon games this year because I love those, and I wanted to go back and play them after now playing like the newest generations, and just seeing if I like loved them just the same. And I did, but I do appreciate way too much of like the newer generation's improvements in a lot of ways, where I was like, I mean, I played them for 10 hours each and then stop. Like I didn't finish them or like go hardcore into it like I did when I was a kid and played 80 hours of it, you know? So like the unfortunate thing about nostalgia is it's like you're never gonna have that level of intensity that you did ever again. Like, oh man, if you want to talk about nostalgia, the thing, even though I love Pokemon, I have nostalgia for it when I was a kid. PS2 playing like Tony Hawk, Underground 2, I played a lot on PS2, so I was nostalgic for that. But the game that I'm most nostalgic for is Final Fantasy 14, because back when I was like a sophomore or junior in high school, I think I was a junior in high school, I got really sick. And I was sick for like 2 or 3 weeks during school. And I had nothing. And I had just gotten Final Fantasy 14. And this is like really before it really blew up, because this was in like 2013. And this was before even the first expansion came out. So this was all just base, right? And I played that game for like 3 weeks straight. And it was so fun. I loved it. And every single time since then, I've gotten into Final Fantasy 14. I haven't had the same level of intensity in the bursts, but like because of just like falling in love with that game over that 3-week period in high school, throughout college, throughout now as a fully grown male adult, every 6 months I will go through a 2-month period where I will spend the $30 for the subscription for those 2 months to just mess around and kind of slightly advance wherever I am in the story in Final Fantasy 14. Like, because it's just like fun to go back to because of the nostalgia that I have. But like, it's such a different game now, and it's like hundreds of hours of story past where I was. So like, who knows if I'll finish it? But it's so fun. But that's a game I have heavy nostalgia for sure.
So good.
Yeah. So I guess
my love of Final Fantasy in general. But yeah, what about you, Jorge?
I guess for me, and it's kind of weird to think about, but like the PS3 is considered a retro console now.
Oh, for sure.
Like that is
God.
Yeah.
That's
like
so
I don't
weird
know.
to think about.
I don't know.
You can't buy games for it.
You can't, and I
PS4 is
know,
borderline.
I know that the PS3 is like the eShop is going to close.
A retro console now. 3DS is a retro console.
Yeah,
now.
it's going to close here soon, so it's going to be weird to think about. But I don't know what your definition of retro is, but for me, it's like probably like 10 or 11 plus years for me for it to be considered retro. But
yeah, a decade.
My heavy nostalgia is really from the PS3 because I played a lot of my games on there. Growing up, all I really had, I know this is like, oh wow, you didn't have that many consoles, but like I pretty much just grew up with the PS2, Game Boy, DS. I think it was a DSi. I had a red DSi.
Did you have PSP?
I had a PSP. I actually traded in I gave my brother my DS, and my dad got me a PSP. But
Nice.
and then after that, I didn't have a console for like a good 5-6 years, and then I got a PS3. But my nostalgia is rooted in Sly Cooper. Like every time I play it, I know, Cavin, you said that like nostalgia doesn't really hit sometimes, like when you play these older games. Every time I play Sly Cooper, I get that nostalgia. Like I always get that feeling where like I'm back in my old room back there in Louisville, and I'm playing Sly Cooper. Because every time I hear that music, dude, that just like sets me back. And one thing, like we have our 5 senses, and all of our 5 senses, they're all connected to our memory in our brain. So like that's why like if we smell something, like it takes us back to like a certain memory. Like if you smell something, it's like, oh man, that reminds me of my grandma's cooking or my mom's cooking or something. Or if you like hear a song, you're like, oh man, that like takes me back. Like you get nostalgic from these sort of things because it's the 5 senses are tied to your memory part of your brain. So like every time I'm like playing Sly Cooper and I hear that music, that the Sly Cooper OST, dude, oh my gosh, I feel like tearing up because it's like, dude, I literally like I grew up with this. This was my jam. This was my shit. So
absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, I beat that game like 20 times, but I think the thing I have the most nostalgia for is probably Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is so weird to think about because it's like that's like the most random out of the trilogy of the Ezio trilogy.
Yeah.
Because it's
so
like
good, though.
it's so weird
so
because when I first played Assassin's Creed Revelations, I didn't play Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I just played Revelations and like
Seriously?
Yeah, a lot of my friends were like,
That's actually so funny. That's exactly how I did it. Though,
yeah,
too.
it was so weird because like a lot of my
so
friends were
funny.
like, dude, you got to play this game. I had played Assassin's
It
Creed.
was really good.
I played the first Assassin's Creed on one of my cousin's Xbox 360s. And I absolutely loved it. I just remember like killing a bunch of people and getting chased down for it. But like when I got my own PS3, like it was like 2014, I played Assassin's Creed Revelations. And then I just remember playing as old Ezio and the OST.
The ziplining though?
The OST for
is
Assassin's
great.
Creed Revelations, I feel like is the best one out of the 3. Out of the Ezio trilogy. It's so good. I absolutely love it. And so for me, like I just really I've just really been like, especially going back and playing these games, I've really been enjoying playing the older Assassin's Creed games because like you just get hit with that wave of nostalgia. But then like when I'm playing other games,
They're very
like,
formulaic, but I appreciate their formula.
yeah, but like when I'm playing these
I
older
love
games,
Unity.
especially like the remakes, because you know we're seeing a lot of remakes made nowadays. Because I just feel like these game companies, I don't feel like they're running out of ideas. I kind of feel like they're playing it safe, and they're like, what's the safest thing you could
such
do?
Good ideas already.
Yeah, what's
and
the
they're like,
They're
well,
doing the same thing with movies. Like they keep remaking or turning certain like animated stuff from the past into like live actions.
exactly?
And it's just like recycling the same material, like exact same material.
Pretty much exact same material.
And it's because like
little improvements,
like you said,
little
Jorge,
changes.
it's not I'm sure there are like really creative folks out there with like new stuff to come out with, but it's just like they're playing it safe. And yeah, it'd be like a whole risk to try something new out. But I don't personally like. I'm always looking for something new. I feel like it's worth taking the risk to try new stuff out. But I do appreciate remakes sometimes. One game I will say that like I am still Jorge. I've talked to this mainly with Jorge about before. I am waiting. This is so random for them to make a remake or remaster of Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry War of Whiskers, dude. I played that game so much. I played that game so much.
I don't think they're gonna do that. You're gonna have to get a project going.
No, I'm gonna have to do that myself because
GitHub or something to get a compilation going. To get it just fully rebuilt and recompiled, like Unreal Engine 5.
I don't even think that gaming company exists anymore. I don't think that studio exists.
Oh no!
Yeah,
bro, those rights
so
to that
though.
game are owned by like a Saudi Arabian oil company.
Are you
like some
serious?
like no, I don't know, but probably
but probably.
some super rich like Arabian oil like magnate probably bought the rights to that game for his daughter for fun as a joke.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm guessing happened to Tom and Jerry's War of the Whiskers. Who owns it, Jorge? Tell us what you know. Tell us your secrets.
So it
Are
turns
you
out
looking it up?
Ubisoft published it.
Oh,
So Ubisoft, you better remake this game.
Ubisoft, we're looking at you,
I'm,
man.
I'm going to Canada and
What
I'm
was Ubisoft's
speaking.
last remake? Do they even really remake?
Do they do?
Yeah.
They
So
haven't really done remakes,
they
have
haven't, but
did
they're
Thief.
actually
They remade Thief.
Thief
Right?
is
No,
Square.
Bethesda did that.
Thief is Square
Or was
Enix.
it Square?
Yeah.
Square.
Thief
What
is
has
Square Enix.
Ubisoft remade?
They haven't remade
What have
anything.
they remade?
Nothing.
They haven't made anything.
They're actually working on like multiple remakes right now.
I need to remake Prince of Persia.
Oh,
Stands
no,
up
Are they
top.
remaking
actually,
Prince of
though.
Persia?
They need to. They're releasing a
They
2D
need to.
one
Yeah. Which everyone
okay.
hates for some reason. Like I saw the like to dislike ratio on YouTube for the
because people are
Wait,
like,
why?
"Oh my god, it's not
Oh,
3D."
Splinter
I
Cell
can't
remake
buy this
begins
game."
development, apparently.
okay.
Splinter Cell
This
1.
is
Yep.
Oh wow, you're right. Yeah, sorry, Jorge, to cut you. Or,
And
you're right.
Black Flag.
That's-
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
They do need to remake that.
No, they are remaking it.
Wait, really?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
it actually got leaked. But
Oh.
it's being made by
yeah,
the
it
people.
looks like it's mostly Splinter Cell remake for modern day audience. is
Yeah.
what I'm seeing.
uh,
But it looks like it's like falling apart.
yeah.
Yikes.
All right, go ahead, Lana.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I want to ask like another question following all of this, but before I do, I just wanted to check in with our bestie Dion. Dion, do you think Kingdom Hearts for sure is like the most nostalgic to you, or do you think there are like other games
I
that
gotta
for you
check
like
the name
really
off.
hit with nostalgia?
I can say Jack and Daxter.
I was thinking
Especially-
about that too.
Especially the first Jack and Daxter.
Oh gosh,
the levels in the music in that game was fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you guys played this, but you guys know Dragon Ball Z Sagas? You guys ever played that?
Yes.
Bro, sagas,
Dude, me
man.
and my dad,
This is
me
good.
and
Oh
my dad used to
my
play
gosh.
that game all the time, bro.
Bro.
Now, I remember that
I
game
used
like
to play
the
with my
most.
brother so much. Oh my
Dude,
god.
That was my shit, man.
No, man, you just opened up a new core memory of
I
mine.
remember, y'all remember that
Yeah, I
Frieza
did
fight?
not play the game.
Bro, sagas, bro.
Dude, me and my dad figured out like a loop on the Frieza fight. Cause like the timer run out and like we would just like always switch like back and forth and just keep the combo going.
Oh my
Bro.
God. I love that we
That's
have
so
like
funny.
these memories connected with our dads too. Like,
But he used to beat
Even
my
to play
ass
our
in Marvel
gamers
Capcom
and
too.
And Marvel
He's-
Capcom.
oh
man.
my gosh.
The first one he used to always beat my ass.
Wow.
I only ever played 3, but I played a lot of 3.
Dude,
Do
3
you
was
feel
pretty dope.
like-
Older.
Do you feel like if you played again with your dad today, Dion, he would still beat your butt in Marvel?
Marvel?
Yeah.
Nah.
Heck
Pops,
nah.
Pops gonna catch the smoke now. Pops
Dion,
catch the smoke.
Dion goaded with the sticks, man, bro.
Yeah, Pops
Yeah,
catching the
it's
smoke
true.
now. It's over.
He's been training.
Yeah.
You should do a rematch with your dad at some point. Be like,
That'd be
I can beat you
hilarious.
today, Pops.
Nah,
Old
Dion.
head.
I got to. He'll probably be happy as hell, to be honest.
Oh.
Dude, nah, Dion, you shouldn't have said that, bro. Now I'm finna play that game tonight.
But my boy Carlos, he bought me the game, bro, for the GameCube.
Oh, I have it for the
Oh,
Xbox.
man.
That's actually the console,
Oh.
the
I played
original
on the
Xbox.
GameCube.
We play on the GameCube?
Yeah, I played on the GameCube. It was oh my god. Okay, also GameCube
Wait.
like in terms of console, like to me, GameCube was like high up there.
Man.
That to me is like when we talk about nostalgic consoles or anything like that, like stuff from the past. To me, it would be like PlayStation 1, 2, and well, Game Boy as well. But like to me, the GameCube was a console I was like obsessed with.
Yeah,
I think as a
definitely.
kid, it was so good. Oh my gosh.
It's such a
Oh.
cool one. It's like it's
Mhm.
crazy to me that to this day there is still not a console that successfully handles playing a mobile game and a console game as
Mhm.
well as the GameCube did when you had the if you had the Game Boy, that like a connection thing.
Yes.
It's crazy that you could physically you can't do that. Like other than the Switch, that's it now, and the Switch is pretty perfect. But other than that,
yeah.
I mean, they figured it out there.
Oh.
But like they were so ahead of their time. Sony has yet to, other than PSTV, I guess. But like, holy shit,
Mm-hmm.
you still can't play Uncharted Golden Abyss on the PlayStation home console.
Literally on nothing.
For no reason.
On
For no
nothing
reason.
else. It bothered me
It's so
much
silly.
for the
It's
longest
such a silly thing that there's so many games on the Vita that you just for no reason can't play on a TV.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest situation. Finally, at least Persona 4 Golden's no longer on the Vita, so that kind of
That's true.
sucked its soul. a little.
That everybody was so hype over.
Mhm.
Cavin talked about this a little bit, I think, but do you all feel like for all of those games that you feel like nostalgia over, if like they didn't necessarily come out at the times they came out, but instead came out and got released today, do you think they would have like do you think they would be as successful today as they were back then?
Dude, okay, imagine like if Kingdom Hearts was announced in 2023 to where its tie-in Final Fantasy game would be Final Fantasy 16, it wouldn't work.
I
Work.
feel like
You guys, I don't know how far
They
you
would
are
still
in
throw
Final
in
Fantasy
COD, bro.
16.
Come
I
on.
think
Dude.
I think it would
I
depend on the
would-
characters, honestly.
yes. I also think because Kingdom Hearts, like, here's my thing. I think JRPGs in general do really well. Like, people really enjoy that genre of games. And it's like, I don't think it's just only a gameplay thing. I think it's also like a storytelling aspect.
Yeah.
Like, if you
I
do
think it's the
really well,
whimsicality and
yeah.
like the fact that it's such a bizarre, new, different type of world. It's very
Exactly.
interesting and cool in it's not just another medieval whatever. Final Fantasy
Exactly.
16 is neat because it twists it a lot, but like
Mhm.
I mean, like I'm excited for Starfield because it's not another Skyrim. Though by the time Elder Scrolls 6 comes around, I'm gonna be ready for it for sure.
Yeah, it'll probably be like 40 though.
Yeah.
So-
I'll probably like by the
Wish
time
we'll
Elder
get there
Scrolls
now.
6 comes out, you'll just be able to live in it. They'll just
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
Yeah, you'll be playing it on the.
it's like not even a game at that point. It's like just like go start talking to people. Just
Mhm.
live a life in there.
I feel like
You
there
gotta
are
like spend real time in prison in Elder Scrolls 6 for killing a chicken. That'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be
I
good.
feel like there are certain games though that just wouldn't be as successful. Like if they came out today, I probably wouldn't play them. Like they remastered Crash Bandicoot trilogy and then like Spyro trilogy as well. And the Spyro one, like I went back. Oh my God, it was so good. I just like I love the
Spyro's
Spyro
a
games.
cool-
It's
Yeah.
really good. Like it's
Never
it's got
forget
like
Skylanders. Rest in peace.
I
Spyro's
know.
greatest adventure.
Dude, screw
R.I.P.
Skylanders, bro.
Best friend.
Yes, they just went downhill for some. I don't know what happened.
Skylanders, the shitty ripoff.
Dude, screw Skylanders, screw Disney Infinity, screw Lego
No,
Dimensions.
dude, I have my Skylanders portal that can connect to the 3DS, so that you can scan it in. It was so ahead of its time, and immediately Nintendo was like, "Okay, we're making Amiibo now," and Disney was like, "Yep, we're doing a Disney Infinity," and like everybody was getting on it, and it didn't
Yeah.
make any sense. It didn't work for
No.
really anybody. Amiibo, I guess, kind of did, but not really.
I don't know anybody that actually played Skylanders. Like that was.
I played Skylanders. It was a fun Spyro game.
Now I know one person.
The first Skylanders is a good Spyro game with a neat concept that lets you put in whatever character you physically have the toy for. And then past that, they were all shit.
Dude, honestly,
Wow.
honestly, fuck that whole toy like to life.
So you had to buy the toys?
Yeah,
I
bro.
think so,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like how you have microtransactions now. You buy a hero
we
or an
spent,
operator.
like, a couple hundred for sure having
Yeah,
a bunch of the
you
different
go-
little figurines to
Damn.
play.
Yeah, you go and buy a little toy that you put on this little fucking pad that'll bring that toy into the game.
Yeah, just like an Amiibo
Not
would do.
that.
But
I
essentially,
remember seeing the
like,
commercials for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I never, like,
it's
played
the
it.
same what Disney Infinity tried doing. It's the exact same thing. Disney was like, "Oh shit, they're making a lot of money selling physical merch that's tied to in-game products." But like, what's crazy is nowadays they'll just charge that for the in-game thing, and it's like you don't buy a physical figurine at all. Could you imagine playing Valorant and like they have a bunch of locked characters, and if you want to play them, you have to buy a character like physically from the store.
Scan it in.
Yes.
Scan it in on like you can't knock it off or else you get disqualified. Like leave it on a little pad.
Yes.
The entirety of the game.
That would be annoying as hell.
So annoyed
so
with that.
funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like that whole toy to life fad. Like
That
now,
would not.
it
No,
wouldn't.
not even.
No.
It didn't do good then. It wouldn't do good now.
No.
Like-
Wait, what do you guys think about
No.
the Connect though?
Well, Webkinz kind of
Oof.
worked though. Webkinz kind of worked.
The
Wait, which
Connect,
one?
dude.
The toy Webkinz, like buying a physical toy and having it in your game. Webkinz. Remember Webkinz?
Yeah,
I don't think I remember. That.
Lana, you don't know Webkinz?
I remember
Okay.
Webkins.
Lana, wait. Wait, Nehad, you know what Webkinz are, right?
Webkins are awesome, dude. Like
When did they come out? 2005.
you don't remember Webkins?
Lana, did you not go
Well-
through Webkinz? Were you not here during that? But you've never seen or heard about
Webkinz.
Webkinz?
I was
Bruh.
traveling between.
Yeah, I know. You might not have
at
been in
that
the
time.
States.
So I don't think I was in
During
the
that
States
fad.
when
Nah,
But it was
bruh.
like a 6 or 7 year. It was wide.
Dude, I got a funny
It was
story
a
What the
about
hell
that.
is Webkins? Was I not
I
around?
was-
Oh
God,
nah,
you
you don't know
were
what
here.
Webkins is,
Brother,
bro?
Dion, you had Webkins were the stuffed animals that you'd buy from Claire's, but Target would sell them and Walmart would sell them and everybody
Yeah.
would sell them. But what's like Hallmark stores would have like specific ones, kind of like how they do now with Squishmallows. It was kind of the old school Squishmallow, but the catch was each one came with their own little code that you would put in on webkins.com, and then you would get that animal as a virtual pet to hang out with and play with in the game. And it wasn't really a game so much as like you just like taking care of your pets and like being like a nice little home designer. I mean, it was a game. I mean, it was, but you could do little mini games or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Webkinz was huge. It was so much so that like Neopets was trying to do that at
Dude.
a point.
I
and then
I
realized
played
we shouldn't.
I was into
Yeah,
Neopets growing
Neopets is
up.
cool, but Neopets let you get them all virtually. But
Yeah,
they
I was
toyed
I
with
was
the
so
idea of
into
letting
it.
you get them physically because of
Mhm.
Webkinz. Pokemon never really went in that route in terms of like physically doing the plushies, but
Mhm.
They would have made billions.
Webkinz did.
if
They would have
did
done well. I
I'm
don't
surprised
think
they
I
haven't
would've
tried that.
I'm glad
Yeah.
they didn't.
Well, they don't need to try it, but you know.
Bro, I
They
got
make
a
weird business decisions, but
funny story about
Webkinz.
Webkins, dude.
Dion, that didn't ring any memory.
Nah,
You-
man, I dead ass forgot about that.
I feel so much
That's
better about
not-
myself now knowing like Dion knew,
Like
knew
seeing the
about it.
pictures, I looked it up and seeing the pictures of it actually kind of like brought it
well,
back.
I've
like bro,
never
rich
seen it
people would have like
before.
40. It was crazy. You'd walk into like a rich girl's bedroom and she'd have like 50. She'd have 3 of the same one. And these things weren't cheap, dude. They were like $25 a pop.
Oh my
like,
god, which
yeah.
for that time.
I know. It was like
Especially-
2000. What would you say, Jorge? What would you say Webkinz was? 2007, 8, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Somewhere around there?
Oh my gosh, it ran for so long.
I was.
Uh-huh.
When was it?
Probably
Lana?
2006 to
I think, like-
2011, I would say.
Okay, yeah, I for sure was not like because I was traveling between the States and Iraq like 2005, 6, and then settled down in Iraq 2007. So I was not here during the prime time of Webkinz.
No.
Oh, okay.
But I was very much into Neopets.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I think
Neopets
like
are
with
cool.
Skylanders, whenever that came out, like I was still living in Iraq and like they, there would be consoles and games and stuff, but there weren't necessarily like those individual little toys and stuff that would be sold. So I like anything that was like Neopets was all virtual and everything. So those are like easy for me to get into
Yeah.
and play. But Webkinz is not something I experienced at all.
Right, and I think that's the problem. I think that's what they realized, like Skylanders and Infinity, like what they realized is it's such a stupid kind of elitist thing that really
Yeah.
puts a massive gate in front of people that just can't afford to spend like $80 to enjoy a game for no reason. A game
And
that's
even
like
if
should be
I
worth
could get it
$30.
shipped out to another country, do you know how
like-
expensive international shipping is?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't paying for that. That's like 3
very
times
expensive.
the
But
original.
to tie all that in, like
price.
Skylanders is what unfortunately like kind of killed the Spyro franchise for a
Yes,
while
it was
because
really
it was
sad.
originally a Spyro game
Mhm.
that just went way too weird in a weird direction. It's like such an alternate universe because like we could be living in the world where like we have like a PS5 like insane like looking like could you imagine a photorealistic PS5 like flagship Spyro game where Spyro the Dragon is like perfectly looking like a crazy cool dragon in like a photorealistic like
God.
monster universe so you play as a
like the
dragon like hopping
animated.
around. Like he like is a full refreshing look where they just
They
like
tried
made
to
him look
do
like
that.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, they tried to do
do
that.
that.
They tried doing
Yeah,
that in the
and
PS3 gen.
It low-key was kind of like
Did you,
just
That
didn't
was ass.
like
dude?
it.
I didn't even know about
actually.
this.
Don't you remember that, Dion?
Like
It
I
was
wanted
not
I
a-
remember it,
M-rated
yeah.
Spyro.
You should look it up,
M-rated Spyro
Cavin.
game. Was
His
it M-rated?
It was rated T.
yeah, it was just his whole design was
Spyro
different.
reignited.
Yeah, he looked gross
Yeah.
actually.
Was it reignited or was it something else?
I'm not.
I don't think it was
I
reignited.
Well, there were like 2-3
No,
games
wasn't
with him in
reignited.
that design.
Dude, that whole gen.
I think
Spyro.
But it was just like-
PS3.
the thing is cute, like his original. I love his original design because it's like
Oh,
cute,
whoa. Okay,
friendly
yeah, I see what
looking.
you're saying. He looks like a bigger dragon.
Yeah,
Dawn of the
I think
Dragon.
they
It
tried
was
to
like an
make him
edgy
more
era.
like, yeah, exactly. I think they were trying to like utilize new technology to make him look like
Yeah.
more realistic or something. But
This
that
is how
kind
that
of like
engine was at the time.
took away from the charm of Spyro and like
Right.
his like actual appeal. And so it was just
Yeah.
like I tried to play through it because like I was such a huge Spyro fan, but
Yeah.
it just like did
And
not
you
feel the
didn't play
same.
Skylanders Spyro's Adventure? You're such a big Spyro fan and you just didn't touch it. That's nuts.
Like I truly enjoyed the remastered trilogy that they came out with, and I would play that. I would not play the other games that they came out with if they
This looks
came out
cool
with it again.
though.
And like the fun thing about Spyro, it's like Spyro's technically like a platforming game, but it just does not fully feel like it's a platforming game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does a good job with that.
Yeah, and so it's just like so unique and fun in that aspect. So I feel like if they were to like re-release Spyro and stuff again, it would. I feel like it would do pretty well because it's like cute, fun, friendly dragon. Who doesn't love that? It has like a unique like play style, so it does really good. I tried to play the remastered Crash Bandicoot that they came out with, and I don't know if it was the remastered version that did this or if I just like straight up did not remember how hard this was, but it was impossible for me to get through certain levels.
Yeah, that game was hard.
No, I feel that.
That game was hard.
Okay, you get it, Dion.
Like, I never played N64.
hard.
That game was
really.
actually hard. The first one.
So like
Mm-hmm.
in Crash Bandicoot, what was that original console?
PS1.
PS1. Yeah.
This one.
Oh,
I was like, I don't know if I want to. Like,
That was the PS1, but the DualShock without the analog sticks. So you're just playing with
Straight D-pad.
you're just playing with the
One-
D-pad. So
yeah.
that's dude.
Yeah.
Right. Yikes. She was inverted back then still,
But-
right?
Yeah, like the thing is, at that time, I think it was like
No reason.
normalized, like because that's just what you had. So it's kind of like normal for you to go through these challenges with like the D-pad and everything. But nowadays, like we have analog sticks, and navigation is supposed to be easier with certain things. And it was not easy still with Crash Bandicoot,
yeah.
and I'm like,
It was probably an optimization.
I just couldn't play it
thing.
anymore. As much as like I love Crash, I will say the racing games are really fun. But like the OG platforming games and stuff like that, I just cannot play. Like it just made me mad. I would just rage quit. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. I'm not a platformer. I can't do platform games.
Ah, dude, I
just
love
can't do it.
platformers.
I get like halfway into any 3D Mario game and I just can't get further. I'm just like, nope.
No
this is
way.
Too much. Yeah, it's just like too much like the things moving and I fall every time. Like I overshoot, I undershoot, I slide off. It doesn't matter. Platform moves from underneath me. I can't get further and it's like, okay.
Dude, my hands get sweaty playing those. Because of my
like, I'm just
anxiety,
like,
dude.
nope.
Oh my gosh, it's
Man,
through
what
the
Mario
roof.
game have I even actually finished? I guess I actually did finish Odyssey, and that was it. And
Not Super
the
Sunshine?
rest was just too much. No,
Sunshine?
dude,
Not
I
Super
could not finish Sunshine. I couldn't finish it. I got like halfway into it.
That was
No.
the best.
No,
Mario.
Kevin said
I think
something
Galaxy is my
controversial.
favorite.
Sunshine though. Them shits were
It's
hard.
hard.
Oh,
It's hard to
Sunshine
get
still
through all.
hits, I will say. That
Kevin.
game
Oh
still
yeah.
hits.
Sunshine's fun. Sunshine's very cool.
Kevin, you
Like-
said something controversial,
Yeah.
bro. They're gonna hate you.
What happened?
Everyone loves Sunshine, dude.
It's true.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but Galaxy's better.
Sunshine.
You
Wait,
said
what?
Mario Galaxy's better?
Whoa.
I think.
Whoa.
Wait,
yeah,
isn't like
Mario
Galaxy and like
Galaxy's better.
Sunshine like head to head?
Probably. I mean,
I don't
people really like
know.
Odyssey. People really like Odyssey.
I need to play
Yeah,
that, man.
But that was also like one
Should
of the
play, honestly.
first big games that I think came out, like Mario games that came out on the Switch, right? So it was like new game for new console. So that like hit at a integral time.
It literally
I think it
launched
has-
with the console. Like it came out
Yeah.
the same launch year.
So that's kind of like I think
huge.
why it was so huge is because of like when it came out and with what it came out with.
And how
Yeah,
good it
it's a
was.
big one.
Because that game
And
was
also
Yeah, it
having
was
it
a
this
very
true.
good
We
one.
gotta give credit. We
That
gotta
game
give
was
credit.
goated.
It was.
I gotta go
goated.
get the dogs real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Keep talking though.
No, I actually have a funny story about Webkins. Now that we
my-
circle around it,
Share.
because I know you and Dion haven't done anything with,
Experience.
dude. Webkins, bro. That was my shit growing up, and I remember in middle school. That's probably when it was like at its it was at its pinnacle. Like everyone was playing Webkins, everything, and like I want to say it was like my 4th grade year. So I want to say that was like 2006. 2000, no, it wasn't 2000. It's probably 2007, 2008, around there. But like Webkins, everyone in my class had one. Everyone was visiting each other's like little Webkins houses and all that shit. And dude, as a kid, bro, I used to be a big ass liar. I used to lie so much. So like all my friends were like, "Hey, you got a Webkins?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a Webkins." And then they were like, "Yeah, let me join your house. Let me get into your house." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't right now. It's because like I have schoolwork. I can't do it." So like my house was lying, but like I legitimately couldn't. I legitimately didn't want to ask my parents for a Webkins because you know that shit was like $30. It costs a lot of money, so I was like, I don't want to ask them
God.
to buy me a Webkins and stuff like that. And like when I did ask them, they always told me no. They were like, "No, I'm not gonna buy you that shit. Like, I'm not gonna buy you that." And
so
like,
bad.
Insane
plus
to
it's a
me.
stuffed animal, and my dad does not want me to have my room filled with stuffed animals or whatever. So like, what I did, and this is something I figured out on my own. I'm such a bad kid for this, but what I did was when I was at Walmart and I was looking at Webkins. I stumbled upon the little Webkins code that's on the tag. So what I did was I wrote the code down.
You just ripped the
I
code off,
went
yeah.
home. I entered that code because in order for you to play the game, you have to have the Webkins code.
Yeah, you hit the
That's the only way. You couldn't create your own Webkins or anything. Because if you could create your own Webkins, then I would have done that already. But no, you have to have that specific Webkins. And you have to have the code. Yeah. So I literally went to when I was at Walmart. I got a code down, wrote it down, and then I went over and I created my Webkins with that. So like, there's probably some kid out there that got that Webkins and he couldn't enter the code. Probably called customer support like, "Hey, this code ain't working." Like, but
What
like,
do you mean it's already registered?
but whenever I invited my friends over.
Okay, Dalbest Pino. Okay, you're not the father of this black lab.
I honestly don't remember what the
Mojito.
Webkins was. I don't remember what the Webkins was.
Dude, the only one I remember is Google's. Well, they had one for like every animal. So like,
Yeah.
name an animal and there was Webkins for it. but they had these thing called Googles, and it was kind of before I knew what Google the browser was. And so when I first heard of Google the browser, I was like the Webkins, and that no one else has that reaction when they hear about Google, but I was the one that did. So yeah, there's a weird little fuzzy duck thing with no arms called a Google. You can buy it for $40 from Walmart.
This is so strange
Wow.
to me.
Are people still playing that game? I want to say.
I was
they
about
probably
to
are.
ask, is it still
Let's
existing?
see if we
Like,
can
is
get
it still
Yeah, I'm
sold?
sure it is. I mean, MySpace is still around, bro. You could still.
It's
Wait,
a
are
full
you
page on
serious?
Amazon.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's still.
Yeah,
Nehad,
change
have
classic
you ever
password.
like? Were you ever? You said you also didn't get into Webkinz, right?
I don't know what
Classic
the hell those things
desktop
are.
app?
Okay,
Oh, wow.
see, I mean, Nehad doesn't know either. There we go. I
Oh,
feel
it
so
seems
Webkinz?
like
Webkinz.
I gotta Google this.
It's like
you
stuffed
just so
animals.
knew about Webkins, bro. I just can't believe you didn't know about Webkins.
This like, I mean, I have a good excuse.
It's like
I was
you
not
have
in
a
country
pet.
when
It's
it
like totally
popped
for
off.
kids. You can create an account. 2007, it won an award. The website still looks like it's from 2007. Like
This
they've
looks
just
like
been making money off this
They
for
have
a
a pride
while.
lion.
this looks like a shittier version of Neopets.
That's
Yeah,
literally
it
what I
really
said.
is.
I
But
got
it was
into
so
Neopets and not
good.
this.
Well, I
It
didn't
was
get
so
into
good back in
Neopets
the day.
either, but
Upgrade to
You did it?
Webkins
It's
World
so
Deluxe
good. It was a good
membership. Like
era.
you can get a membership right now, and you can get the Aurora Fawn for free.
That's
by signing
crazy.
up.
I can't believe it. Can't believe that's still a thing. But like, I vaguely remember it being
You
like,
can still put in you can still redeem a code right now.
That's
to
insane.
this day.
I kind of want to see what this is like.
it's
What's
almost
that
like a
store?
Sims like, but like you're like a little animal.
You can still buy their stuff.
Yeah, they're selling it
No
on
way.
Amazon. Like they're $20.
$30
Oh, one of them's
for
currently
the
unavailable.
sloth. First edition.
What? There's a
Includes
giraffe
two
that's
packs, though.
$45.
Webkins Classic and Webkins Next. Wait, there's a new type of Webkins?
Oh yeah, dude, you gotta keep the
Huh?
lineup fresh, bro.
Did you guys hear about Webkins Next?
I
How's it-
didn't hear about Webkinz OG.
How is it
There's
spelled?
Webkins Classic, and then there's Webkins Next.
How's it spelled? Like NXT or
No,
something like that?
NEXT. This
Oh.
looks like Next.
I
But
thought it
I
was like
can't
a cool
find where
spelling.
it is. You know they did that with Club Penguin? I don't know if you guys heard about this. This happened a while ago, like 5 years ago. But Club
Throwback
Penguin
Club
shut down,
Penguin.
right? RIP.
Yeah.
Because Flash is out the
Jeez.
door. Flash browser games are just.
Oh, it was so
So,
sad.
they
It was so
replaced
good.
it. They replaced Club Penguin with like Club Penguin Island, which was like an app because that's where they thought all the kids were gonna go. And at this point, it's owned by Disney, so they're doing crossovers with like Age of Ultron or something at this point because it's 2014, and they relaunch Club Penguin as an app. It lasts 3 years. It's trash. It's nowhere near as fun or open or just nonsensical as the browser-based game. And it lasts 3 years and shuts down because that's just not how that. Like no one. It was such a weird transition. Like to try and get an app to make any sense for a game where you drag a penguin around and play mini games. Like it's just crazy what like the internet used to be. That now it's not. Like that's not how people game, especially
Yep.
not on their phone.
Yeah.
Certainly don't
no.
play Webkinz.
No.
But yeah, no. If you go to their store, like each of these says that you get a code for Webkinz Next and Webkinz Classic, but I don't know what Webkinz Next is. Have you discovered this? Somebody needs to tell me.
I didn't even know until now that Webkins was still.
It's
a
an
thing.
app game. Oh my goodness! And there it is.
No
They're doing
way.
It's a phone game.
It's a phone game. The main difference between the two is the modern 3D redesign of Webkinz World as a whole, as well as the ability to freely wander through the Kinsville map. Webkinz Classic and Webkinz Next can be accessed through the same login, providing a Webkinz Classic account was created beforehand. So if you remember, boys and girls and theys and thems, all your logins for Webkinz from 20 years ago or however long it's been, you can play on this. That is the creepiest looking image I have ever seen. I'm
What?
just gonna drop this in general.
What?
Look at that.
Oh, what
This
is
is
heck
new.
is that?
What is this?
That is
Dude.
recent.
I
That's supposed to
legitimately.
be. from 3 years ago.
What?
No way.
Oh, so
Ooh,
flat.
did they just give up? Did they-
That,
It looks
like-
like they just gave
bro,
up.
It,
what?
like they're trying to stay relevant,
It does look like they're trying to stay relevant.
but they
But it looks like they gave up.
like below bare minimum.
Dion, you seeing this? This is disgusting. Would you play
seeing
this
what
game?
I mean,
This is like a bad Animal Crossing, is what it looks like.
No,
It looks
I
like
feel
Pocket
like
Camp,
it's
but
a-
so much worse.
you know what?
it's
Fuck,
this was
an
Fusion
insult
Fall, I
even
would play
compared
it.
to it.
But
What'd
it's
you
not
say,
Fusion
Dion?
Fall,
What?
so I'm sorry.
If it what?
If it was Fusion Fall, I would play it, but you know it's not Fusion
Oh,
Fall.
I'd play Fusion Fall for days.
Fusion
If
Fall,
they brought
bro?
Fusion Fall back.
Dude, come on, you guys remember that?
Oh, come
Oh, I
on,
love
dude.
Fusion Fall.
Dion just keeps
Oh,
dropping
there's
these.
Exactly.
Dude, I
There
had
is
all the
a-
manuals, man.
There was an
Dang.
Oh my
MMO.
god, Fusion Fall. Bro, Dion's just
Guys.
bringing back these good.
Guys, there
Fusion
was
Fall is
because of
goated.
Fusion Fall, and I'm sure because of like the trend of like having like those weird MMOs based on like one IP that was like popping up around the late 2000s. There was a Family Guy one. Did you guys play the Family Guy MMO?
No. I didn't know that was a thing.
No. It was so I put it like the same time as Fusion Fall, so a lot of times I get things fuzzy. But oh my god. This is a game I'm streaming. 100% I'm finding this. Do you guys remember Capri Sun? You guys ever drink Capri Sun?
When that I would still like if I find it in the store, I would get it.
Nehad, I need your input on this.
Capri
If you
Sun
have
is
ever
so
drank Capri
good.
Sun. Capri Sun did those marketing ads in the late 2000s where it was like abusing your Capri Sun bottle in like a sociopathic way, and like the Capri Sun god like changed you into that thing. So like there was that person that did like a pogo stick on the Capri Sun bottle. and it got
Yeah.
turned into
Yeah,
a
I
pogo
remember
stick.
those.
Like you guys remember that? Like they all got like devil
Yeah.
fruit powers from like messing with a Capri Sun pouch. Well, Capri Sun, as part of the marketing for that, created a whole MMO, like browser MMO, based around that concept of messing with Capri Sun in messed up ways and getting like power ups from it.
What?
And like you ran around a map just getting like random
can-
Capri Sun power ups. I kid you not. It
so
was
what
crazy.
what I am hearing is you can make an MMO out of anything.
Apparently, and they did around the time of Fusion Fall. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I was so
Wow.
nostalgic for that.
Wait,
Wait,
do-
I gotta find the picture.
Do
That
you
is
count Pop Tropica as
mind-blowing.
an MMO?
Yeah,
Tropica?
I would.
That was my
Tropical?
first, well, only
This is
MMO
in-
that I ever played.
That dude, I remember I cheated on that. I went on the Pop Tropica wiki to find the puzzle answers, dude.
Fuck
like,
you,
I would-
man. Us real Pop Tropica players would never do that bullshit.
I beat all the islands, and like, I would always brag to my friends, like, "Yeah, I beat this island before you did, or whatever."
You have no honor.
But I literally cheated, bro. Oh my gosh,
Oh my god, Jorge.
those were the
Wow.
days.
This was I feel like we went through so many throwbacks.
I've been through so many.
during
Dude,
this
where is this
episode.
Capri Sun game? Dude, I can't even find it.
Capri
Disrespectoids?
Sun MMO? Is it not like
Maybe it's called Disrespectoids.
this is so
2003
interesting to me.
I think it was called Disrespectoids.
And on blast.
it had its like it wasn't like it didn't have Capri Sun in the name.
Capri Sun Disrespectoid. This looks like
Yes,
Oh,
okay,
man.
yeah.
it's a flash. Yeah, run anyway. Yeah,
Oh
it needs
my
it needs
gosh.
flash. Oh
Wait,
my
this
gosh.
looks pretty cool. Like why do these look good? This makes no
don't know.
sense to me.
I don't know. This was like a whole game. Yeah, this is it. It was definitely Disrespectoids. Yeah,
This
it's based
looks
on the
so
group of kids who
fun,
disrespected the pouch.
It's just so random. This is so random.
It was like crazy how fun that
Wow.
game was. Yeah, so there's that one, and then like I guess look up like Family Guy Flash based game. Because it was cool, like you could like
I
get in
did.
cars
I
and
looked that
stuff,
up.
Like
I was about to say that looked
Yeah.
also really fun.
the Capri Sun one was
Really?
more fun. That's
Oh
nuts.
my god.
Does that game have sex mods?
It does.
I hope so.
Cut this question out. Edit this question out.
Family Guy. Yeah, there was something about Flash games in the late 2000s where they were just going hard.
They were, yeah.
They just
truly
didn't care.
were.
Fusion Fall. Okay,
And then
real talk though, the best
Mhm.
MMO I have played that has not gotten enough love at all was the Pirates of the Caribbean MMO game. I played the heck out of that game. That game had some of the best like ship combat. Had better ship combat than Sea of Thieves. It just did. Not as good as Assassin's Creed 4 because that's top tier. But
I didn't
Man.
know this was.
Family
Is
Guy
it
Online
Pirates of the
kinda
Caribbean
lit.
Online?
Yeah.
Wow. Did y'all ever
Yeah.
play that
So fun.
Bionicles? I think it was also like an MMO.
Yeah, the
No.
Bionicles MMO is cool.
Never
The
did.
Bionicles
I
browser
always
game
wanted
is
to play
so
it.
sweet.
Oh my god. I think you can.
There's some good Bionicles games. Do you guys watch the movies?
Oh yeah.
I
Fuck
wanted
yeah,
to as a
dude.
kid.
Fuck
I-
yeah.
Bro,
You weren't
I
allowed to watch the Bionicles movies?
I just didn't have him, like, you know.
I own the
That's fair.
DVDs.
I
I
watched
like
them on
my brother
Cartoon
and I
Network.
would get like the actual like Lego Bionicle toys. And then like I get disappointed each time I go to a Lego store now and I don't even see a single
They have
Bionicle.
no action
No,
figure.
They don't.
They don't do that
They,
anymore.
after
It
they
was
finished
the
Bionicle, they
best
did
Lego
Hero Factory.
product.
Yeah, they did Hero Factory
They,
for some
um,
damn reason, and they did terrible.
Other
and
than
then-
like their architecture and like Lego City, I guess, they don't really have too many of their own like original IPs that they make sets based off. It's like pretty much
Mhm.
all based off other IPs that they've
Yeah.
been doing, which is really unfortunate because like
yeah,
Bionicle was awesome.
yeah. Lego literally used to
Was.
be that they had their own like original stuff, but now it's just let's
Yeah.
just make this popular IP into a Lego set.
Marvel, Teehee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel, Star
Marvel.
Wars,
Marvel, Indiana
DC.
Jones,
different
Like,
Disney stuff.
When they got them all, it just ended it. Like they
Mhm.
took-
Mario, Sonic,
Right.
Mm, mm.
dude.
They have it all.
Yeah,
Wait, they have Lego
For sure
Sonic.
they've dominated.
yeah, they have Lego Sonic now.
Yeah.
What? That sounds kind of fire, actually.
Yeah, they have the
They
Green
have
Hill
fun
one.
sets.
They
The
do
sets
have
are
fun
cool.
sets.
Yeah, like
They have
Green
They
Hill.
know what
plans.
they're doing with sets.
They have
I would like to
plans.
try out some Lego stuff, but
I love the
Corey said I'm
plans.
too old for it and beats me.
The
I think.
adult Lego sets
That
are
is true.
hard. They're hardcore.
Mhm. Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, when Lana and I were roommates, like I built the one plant, and I was like thinking the
It
whole time
was
this would be so
so
fun to
cool.
stream
Yes.
because it was so like mesmerizing and intense because it's like
Mhm.
they don't mess around.
no.
Like it's not. Those images are small.
And it looks so good too. Like when
And
you
it-
finish
yeah.
everything.
It looked cool. I'm proud of myself. I
I
made
was-
one mistake, and like those pieces stick together very tightly, the adult ones, and so they give you a tool to pry them apart in case you make a mistake. And you have to use this tool because the pieces are so thin and so perfectly flush, like when you put them together, that you're not getting them apart with like your fingers at all.
I used
So
to use my teeth
it's
as a
pretty
kid.
hardcore. Your key.
You're my teeth.
Your teeth, yes. Oh, all the time. I'd use my teeth,
Yes.
or I'd use another
Those are
Lego and try to like leverage with another Lego to try and break it off, and it would not work. No, these are hardcore. Like, let's not mess around. So those are fun though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was like my most obsessed as a kid with Legos during my middle school days. Like I
Yeah.
was extremely
Mhm.
obsessed. I remember
Same.
there was these Lego sets that were called the Lego
Legos and
Miners.
Nerf, I was like,
It was like
really
the
into at same time.
underground miners or whatever.
Mhm.
Back when Lego used to make original sets, and oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
love those. Like
The original sets were so good.
they were so good.
Bro,
They
there
used to
were
do a lot
ones
of
when
really
they
good
did the
stuff.
construction stuff and like the digging stuff where like you could like push down on a thing and it would make it spin. Like or they'd have the crane. Like I remember I had a castle, like the medieval castle, and it had a like the doors actually had a crank that you could turn to like make them open. It was so tight. There's some sweet Legos. I remember that one broke because
No.
my brother knocked it over, and after that I never really
Forgave
felt
your
the same
brother?
about. Well, yeah, but never really like felt the same about building a Lego set. I was always like, this thing will not live longer than me, and I just like accepted it then and there. But I've never had the same satisfaction building a set as I did that massive castle way back when. Good times.
Dude, if I could go back in time, I would get all my Bionicle sets because I used to have all the originals and then a few extra ones of like the other ones that came out, the other variants. Because the original variants, There was the when they were in Mata Nui. I'll always remember that.
Yeah.
Because there was different Nui islands. They were all named something different, but they were all Nui at the end. But Mata Nui was the first one, and in Mata Nui they had the yellow one that was like the ice one, or not yellow, the white one that was the ice one, the red one that was the lava one, the blue one that was the water one, the brown one that was the mountain one, that earth. The green one was the jungle one.
Yeah.
And then the black one was like I don't know what he did, but he was like the bad one, I think. I forgot.
You ever played a PS2 game?
Of course, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
I had the
shadow versions.
And I saw the movie for that one too. With the
I
gold
remember
mask.
the movie
I remember like the gold mask.
I only had
thing.
the white guy.
You only had the
all
white
I
one?
had with the-
I
Yeah,
had
I
the
think I had
white
like all the
one.
different like pieces and like different parts, but I just had the white dude.
I had the white one and the green one, and I would like play with them like they were my Barbie dolls, and like pretend we were playing house and stuff with them. And it was like I would pretend the white one was a female, and make the green one.
Put a dress on.
I think the blue one was right. I don't remember.
You know what I would do?
Girl.
No, yeah, that's what I thought.
Get tissue. I would get tissues.
She was so
and
hot, dude.
put it on the Bionicles if I was making a dress for it.
Lana.
Bro,
You can't do that.
I remember playing.
You can't do that.
I used to do that.
That's awesome. That's so funny. That's so funny.
I literally used to do what Lana
That's
did.
hilarious.
And I remember playing as the blue one. I remember playing with the blue one, and I thought it was a boy this whole time, so I was acting it like if it was a boy. But then when I saw the movie and I heard that it had a female voice, I was like,
oh no.
I was.
Yeah, I definitely.
Buttercup was a girl. Or
All
boy.
my action figures.
Buttercup?
Yeah, on
Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Tomboy.
Do you guys have a Lego graveyard somewhere where it's just a massive box of all your Legos thrown in there from like all the sets of your years?
Somewhere in some junkyard, I'm sure in Iraq.
Yeah.
Like it's
Really? It's there?
Well, actually, wait, is it? Yeah, somewhere in Iraq. Not here.
Oh, you didn't bring any of those?
No, when we moved back, the like one thing my brother and I were very adamant on bringing with us was our PS3.
Yeah,
like, that has traveled through countries with us.
That makes sense. That's what I would have done too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's coming. That definitely is for sure is coming. I'm bringing my PS3 over my
Put it in my brother's backpack to carry with us.
While we're on the topic of nostalgia, I have the craziest example of nostalgia that I have physically.
Show and tell.
You want to know what's funny?
What's funny?
What's funny, bro?
I hit it.
Oh, that's true.
Oh no.
Okay.
He found it, Nehad.
This is the craziest MMO that came out in, I think, 2010. It is called Lego Universe. If you've ever heard of this game, it was the massive multiplayer online game, the best kids MMOG ever, boyslife.org. This included the first month of play. I have the disc. There's like the instructions for it.
How long have you had this for?
I played the crap out. Like, look at that game. Like, it was cool. Like, this game let you play through a bunch of different types of worlds and like make your own character as a Lego character as you like explored across like a pirate world, a space world, like whatever universe. This game lasted 2 years, and then the servers were all taken down, and you can't play this game anymore. You can't even touch it. Like, I have this strictly just so I can rip this software off one day and maybe try and play offline. But I think I can just download it off the internet anyway. But this game was fire. This was so funny. Like, it was such a weird Lego game, though. And I assume none of you played Lego Universe.
Fuck no.
No.
None of you touched Lego Universe? Oh my gosh.
Immediately.
So good. No. You never even heard of it, huh?
No.
Only real Lego fans. I know. Yeah,
there
this
are
thing is
so many MMO games apparently that came out.
Crazy.
And I'm like unaware
like,
about.
look at the back. Like, they let you. It was kind of like how Lego like universes or worlds is now. Like, you could build so much. And like Ninjago was kind of in this. It was like kind of the first time they had ninjas. I think Ninjago actually kind of came from out of it, but Man, if I could
Interesting.
play Lego Universe, oh man, I'm actually gonna look up right now. I should play Lego
See
Universe.
if you can. Yeah. Go give
Oh,
yourself a
I
throwback.
guarantee
gosh.
you,
Sense of
people are
nostalgia.
running the servers right now.
Probably.
wonder.
I'm willing to bet my life on it.
There's
Final
a
Fantasy
dedicated.
11 still alive.
Yeah,
Client emulator Lego Universe.
there's dedicated community for all
Yeah.
these games.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
from 2 years ago.
That's the thing. Like, there are
Cool.
games that have come out. This is why I ask, like, would it do as well if they came out today? Because I know, like, there are games that came out a long while ago that still do well today because there are dedicated communities for
Mm.
it. Like,
Yep.
they have stayed loyal to it since before.
Like even if the company's given up on it,
yeah,
have-
exactly.
it's
But they
crazy
stay
that Final Fantasy
committed.
11 is still going on.
I
Like,
kind of
Final
want to
Fantasy
buy it and
11
play
still.
it.
I know, right? I feel
It's
that.
insane.
It's like a 13-year-old game, if not older.
Wow.
When we went
It's
to that
nuts to me.
orchestra, the music from that was fire.
Yeah,
So
dude.
good. It's
was
so
amazing.
It's
good.
an underrated game. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd get in on Final Fantasy 11. I'd play that.
I never played any of
if you
them.
go on there. Oh yeah, you've never touched
Yeah,
a Final
you
Fantasy
shouldn't.
game,
Dude,
right?
you know what's funny? Your favorite games, like for Lana, Dion, Nehad, like I never played any of those games except
Really?
Metal Gear Rising. I played that one because Nehad, he's like, you better play it, or else I'm gonna kill you and your family. So I had to play.
I
it.
didn't say that.
Yeah,
last
you
one.
did.
He did say that.
Yeah, you did.
Only
He did say
you,
that.
not your
I
family.
was there.
I was
No, but
there
I'm kidding.
too.
No, but like I did play and I streamed it for him. He saw me play it. That game was awesome. It was.
You hated it. Stop.
No, I didn't. I played it. I played on the PC and I played it on the 360. Because I wanted to see
You would have played it again if you liked it.
That is true. So I didn't like it. Never mind, guys.
I guess you didn't like it enough. That's
Oh
what
my
that
gosh.
means.
Well, I feel
Without a
like
doubt.
without a doubt. Well, I feel like we covered so many games.
So I think, yeah, we're all very nostalgic about a lot.
yes.
If it's
about a
not
lot of
obvious,
things.
we were all born in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
We are all very clearly have very specific nostalgia range
Yes.
from like 97 to 2012, maybe to what 2012. I would say nostalgia. Like it's
12
not
or
like
13.
any of us have nostalgia for Final Fantasy 7, right? Because that came out like the year most of us were born. And
No,
Lonnie
that came
was,
out
like,
94,
1 or
95
I
or
was literally
6.
97 or 96. So
so literally the year because I was born
So
96.
like none of us could have nostalgia for that. Like, you know,
No, literally not.
yeah.
Our baby brains would have
Mhm.
not processed anything or
No, so-
retained anything.
Very
Yeah,
specific.
literally
window of
97.
time, but
Literally.
boy,
No.
do we have the nostalgia for it.
Because yeah, I feel like we still grew up at a time where like video game industry was booming and developing
Mhm.
so much. So we have a lot of memories and stuff to have nostalgia over. But yeah, I
do.
hope everyone that listened in can also understand and connect with some of us on here on the games that we mentioned. And also hope you enjoyed getting a little bit of an insight on each of us and our childhoods and what we grew up on. That was kind of like the whole goal for the first episodes, to give you a bit of a get to know you episode, or get to know us episode, and have you get a bit of an insight on who we are and how we grew up into these nerds that we are today. But thank you so much, friends, for joining us today. Shout out again to those that are already subscribed to Power Creep, and if you're not yet, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all those good things. Put a comment down below on like what games are you that are super nostalgic for you? What do you enjoy? Is there anything we mentioned that stand out to you and you have a lot of love for? And if you'd like, you can also check each of us out on our individual social media links and whatnot. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in. Game on, Power Creeps. Bye.
See you later,
Bye.
gamers.